You know what I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about the most fundamental rule in business that there could ever exist. And that rule is working within your 3-foot space. And since I'm driving to Santa Monica right now to talk to a potential book agent and publisher today, and of course I'm stuck in some California traffic, I thought now would be the good time to have this conversation with you. So check this out. Earlier, before getting on the road here, I was talking to a guy whose company I'm looking to invest in. He's made about $50,000, $60,000 in sales of this new product. It's a physical product that he sold on the internet, but can be sold through Home Shopping Network and QVC, through the web, and even in stores, electronic stores, Best Buys, Bed Bath & Beyond, places like that, right? And of course, we got to talking, and he's really excited to bring me on board as an investor. A mutual friend introduced us, and I vetted the company out. I vetted him out. He's a solid dude. But you know what his number one problem is? Now that we're about to put ink on paper and I'm about to put my money in for equity, his number one problem is him. And here's what I mean. Rather than working in the 3-foot space that he has, and let me explain to you where the 3-foot space law comes from. See, recently I've been doing a lot of rock climbing in the last 6 months or so, and I've gotten pretty decent actually, and it's one of my 6-week challenges that kind of turned into this go out and climb rocks every now and again. And I was out there again, and the guide I was actually at Joshua Tree. If you know your way around California, you know Joshua Tree is a beautiful place, lots of amazing rocks to climb. And I was out there with my guide. His name is Rick, and he's a really cool cat, actually. And one of the best advice that he ever gave me when I started panicking the first time I went rock climbing was, hey, Bedros, don't look way up there where you're headed, and don't bother looking down at me. Just work in your 3-foot space. All you need to do is figure out how you can go higher in the next 3-foot space. Just small baby steps, small grips, right? Use all your legs. Work in your 3-foot space, and 3 feet at a time, keep climbing. That's all you got to do. Don't look for the next big hold that's going to be way up there, because right now all you see is a limited number of footholds and handholds. But as you get up there, and that area becomes in your 3-foot space, the space right in front of you, then you see that there's these little nooks and crannies that you can hold on to. And that rule applies for business, I believe, more than rock climbing. Here's why. So our friend here who I was talking to and whose company I'm going to invest in, we worked out our deal. We sent the agreement to him for me to take equity and invest money into his company, and he's been dragging his feet. Thing number one is procrastination sets in, fear sets in. And I know what's running through his mind. Am I good enough? Am I gonna screw Bedros over accidentally by losing his money, by not following through on my end? By having a product that's inferior, by not having the product delivered on time? Am I going to miss out on an opportunity to work with Bedros by screwing this thing up? What he doesn't realize is this act of procrastination and overthinking is likely to cause us to not work together, because I'm slowly starting having doubts in him. Now, the reality is he's a brand new entrepreneur. He came up with a really good idea. It's in the process of getting patented, and it's going to do fine, and we're going to guide him through it. But he's having a lot of these negative self-talks. And so what he's doing to create distraction for himself, rather than signing that agreement and making me an equity partner, is he says, well, I'm a California company right now. Let me talk to my attorney and see if I should become a Delaware company, because we can save on taxes. And since we're going to create a new corporation together, might as well see if I should become a Delaware company instead of a California company. And I might even see if we should become a Florida company, because the taxes, corporate taxes, there are low as well. Listen, is what I told him. I run an 8-figure business. I have an international franchise, software, coaching programs, make millions of dollars every year. I'm a California company. If there was true massive benefits of being a Delaware company, wouldn't I be it? Right? And so the reality is he's using these things as distractions to procrastinate. And then all of a sudden he'll start looking way forward into the future, right? And he'll say, hey, look, I know you know all these other people in different industries and on television, like Home Shopping Network, etc. And what if, just what if, you can get us on these networks, on these channels or whatever? And I said, look, I'm going to try. I know these people. I'm pretty well connected. I'm going to do my best, but I can't promise you that. What I can do is give you 100% of my effort and my team's resources to help sell more of these things, right? And so the bottom line here is that when you are in business, you have to stay within your 3-foot space. His 3-foot space is to sign that agreement and then to take his marching orders from me after depositing my check in the bank account so that we can use it to grow the business based on the marching orders I give him and the resources that I connect him to, right? But instead, he's looking way too far into the future. Who else we can be connected to? Where else we can sell? Listen, man, you've only sold $50,000 or $60,000 worth of your product, right? Off a test launch that you did. And then he ran out of money. And it's a good product. Who cares if you're going to be a Delaware company or a California company? How about this? We go into business, we make millions, and then we figure out whether we should be a Delaware company or a Florida company or stay a California company, right? So that's the advice to you here, man. You got to work in your 3-foot space, the space that's right in front of you. You don't look way too far ahead, because guess what's happening? Just like I'm driving a car right now, if I look way too far ahead of me, right? 300, 400, 500 yards ahead of me, guess what happens? I'm going to rear end the car right in front of me that I missed. And if I start looking back behind me in my rearview mirror and wondering what's going on behind me, I can't be looking backwards and driving forwards. That doesn't happen. I'll be crashing into that car in front of me again, won't I? And so I've got to work in my 3-foot space. And when I'm driving, I probably have to work in my, what is this, maybe 75, 100 foot space, right? Scanning left and right. That's the only space that matters to me right now. And in business, for our friend that we just talked about here, that is the only thing that matters right now, is to take my check, sign that agreement, and create a new corporation, a California corporation, or convert the corporation that we currently have into a different type that we need, and get the ball rolling. No more procrastination. So that's the lesson here for you in life, in business, in relationships. If you want to keep moving forward, you have to operate in the 3-foot space. You have to be present right where you are. You look too far ahead, you're going to rear end someone. If you're looking in the rearview mirror thinking about what could have been, what was, the reasons that caused you to end up poor and broke and here instead of, abundant and rich, then you're going to crash again. Be present, be present, be present in business, in life, in relationships, and everything seems to work out that way. See you later.